Guys, the Chickens here, bringing you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're bringing you a sneak peek of Season 9, what the tech tree is going to look like, some hopefully helpful tips to get you started, and, wow, let's get into this. So, we have the usual gunboat and landing craft turning into the first, so here's a look at the first kind of area, right? So, we have the rocket choppers are the first troop that you unlock. So, that's going to be really interesting. We have rocket choppers and we also have heavies. Now, my guess is the heavies are the heavies are probably going to be the better troop to unlock here, because it kind of depends on the defenses though as well, right? So we have sniper towers that are going to target flying, cannons that are going to target flying, but there's nothing to support the flying troops. We only have flares. That's the only gunboat ability. So I would probably hold off on unlocking and maxing out the rocket choppers, and I would just go straight for heavies is what I'm thinking. You know, maybe a combo of both is going to be decent, but the heavies are fast, the heavies are strong. If you have all heavies, they're going to do tons of damage for 2 engines to 3 engines. So I wouldn't be too concerned about getting the rocket choppers right away. Obviously, you want to pick up some of these defenses. I would lean towards the cannon, the sniper tower stuff that's going to attack rocket choppers. Obviously, I wouldn't go with flamethrowers and machine guns right off the bat. I think single target and then having a little bit of splash as kind of a secondary defense is probably going to be the best way to go here. So then we move on to the third engine room, and we have some statue nodes. So we have Everspark critters, and this is all in the depth build, guys. So if I have stuff upgraded, just ignore it. I was just unlocking the tech tree. So we have Everspark, we have critters, we have building health and troop health, excuse me. So building health is obviously going to be the biggest one. It also comes right after heavy, so that's probably going to be the first tech path, is to go through the rocket choppers, get your sniper towers, get your heavies. I would bypass the multi-node at the start just until we know what the absolute optimal tech path is, but you're going to want to go from rockets to heavies to building health for sure, and then you're going to have to make your way back up and around and go to the third engine. So that's actually the first engine is building health. It's just a little bit out of the way. So then we're going to want to go through this engine. We're going to want to unlock Everspark because we need a hero. And I would probably unlock mines as well. Maybe stop there. I don't think Zookas are going to play into this meta very much. So we're going to want to go from third engine, Everspark, critters, troop health. Boom cannons are going to be huge, especially people are using heavies and rocket choppers. That's probably going to be the most important defense that we've seen so far. I would prioritize boom cannons over rocket launchers. Obviously, you want both. But boom cannons, rocket launchers, building damage. This is a huge. There's a lot of really good stuff after 3 engines. We also have barrage too, which is going to be massive. So those are all important to get. Here's the multi-node here, guys. It's flamethrowers, machine guns, and sniper towers. Probably wouldn't go with flamethrowers. I would probably go with sniper towers. At this point, just based on what we've seen so far, it's only, you know, rockets, heavies, and Zookas. So, yeah, I feel like snipers might be the better choice there. And then we're gonna kind of fill out our way. I wouldn't get brick. I would definitely grab barrage. And then riflemen are actually pretty late in the in season 9. So, I don't know if they're gonna be worth maxing out. Again, riflemen are super cheap, and we have to unlock them anyways. So, you know, if you want to upgrade them just to see what they can do, there's nothing wrong with that. Mortars are super late in the tech tree here. We get them right before we get to the 4th engine. So let's look at the 4th engine and then move on from here, guys. So once we get to the 4th engine, that's going to be the prerequisite for unlocking the heavy choppers. And every warship season that we've played so far, guys, has shown to be, once you unlock the heavy choppers, it's game over. It's flare to engine rooms with all heavy choppers. So that's definitely going to be a key unlock right there. We're going to want to unlock and max that guy out and start wrecking havoc. Shock launcher is going to be important too around here, of course. Once people start switching to heavy choppers, being able to shock the heavies that fall out of the heavy choppers and slow them down is really going to be important. So make sure that you know, that's definitely a defense that you want to prioritize. So then we have our first prototype node. So we have Damage Amp, Simo, and Hot Pot. So I would probably ignore the Hot Pot based on the fact that we just unlocked the heavy chopper, and I'm probably going to go with Damage Amp here, just for the rocket launchers that we unlocked way back here. And for the other things like sniper towers, cannons, single target stuff, anything that's going to help slow down the heavy choppers is going to be huge. But the damage jam is probably going to be the one to choose. Maybe the Simo could be helpful as well, but that kind of remains to be seen. Obviously, it goes without saying. I mean, the statue nodes, I call them statue nodes because they upgrade troops or buildings. These ones here. So those are obviously always the most important to upgrade building health, building damage, troop health, troop damage. Goes without saying that you have to max those out. Gunboat energy, it kind of remains to be seen if that's important. It's always a good node to have. And then we got Cryoneers, we got medics. We have another multi-node here of just generic defenses. And then before we get into 5, we've got some pretty huge nodes to unlock. We got troop damage and artillery, so we're gonna get barrage and artillery before 6 engines, and right around 5. This is where it's gonna start to get really expensive, and you're not gonna have as many keys and tokens. So these upgrades are gonna take a bit of time to go through, but yeah, definitely get the troop damage. You're probably gonna want the artillery as well for single mine slots and you know, extra if the heavy chopper meta does play out, which it's most likely going to. Barrage and artillery could be huge because that means that you could take out one engine that's kind of far away and then flare to the remaining 3, or the remaining 4, however that comes to be. But that's typically how we see the heavy chopper meta play out. So grabbing artillery is probably going to be pretty important there. And then we move on up here. We've got Grenadiers, Kavan, Building Health, tanks, Troop Damage Warriors, Shock Bombs, super late, Bombardiers, super late in this season, guys, which I think is great because, you know, Bombers have always kind of taken over the meta. Shock Bombs, I don't know, other than at the very start of the tech tree, I don't think shocks are going to be super important. Because shocks, like, you know, when you have nothing to support your troops with, shocks can be extremely valuable, especially if we're going all heavies or all rocket choppers, depending how that turns out to be. So, yeah, we're essentially not going to have shock bombs until the very end of the season, which is interesting, and bombardiers as well. So that's going to be cool to see how that plays out. This season is 28 days, guys, so it is the normal amount of time, which is good. Okay, so let's go back here, and then we were at 5 engines, and... Okay, so now we're at 6, and then there's 7. Okay, so 6 engines, we unlock that. We're going to get another prototype. It's too early to say which prototype down here is going to be best. They're all good choices, honestly. But the Flotsam doesn't target air troops, so it's probably not going to be as useful. It's most likely going to be the Shock Blast. We're probably going to be seeing a lot of heavy choppers. So it's probably going to be the Shock Blaster is what you want to choose there. Shock Mine's going to be helpful as well for the heavies that fall out of the heavy choppers. You're going to want to sprinkle those kind of around your engine room, so as the heavy choppers go down when they're shocking something, it freezes up those heavies for a few seconds and prevents them from gaining up in your engine room and doing a ton of damage really, really quickly. So then we have Seekers, like very, very late, like one of the last things that you can even unlock. So Seekers might come into play for 70 hours, and, you know, depending on how you spend your keys for 6. But it's going to take a very long time to get there. You might only have them for a few days, so I'm not going to waste too much time talking about stuff down here. We got Bullet, and then we got another multi-node, and that's just... Oh, that's actually more prototypes. So Sky Shield's going to be important there, probably. Sky Shield protecting some of the engine rooms so you can't flare into them with the heavy choppers. That's probably going to be... that's probably going to be a big choice. And then another multi-node over here. It's boom cannons and shock mines. Booms or shocks probably is what you want to lean towards. And then we got the really expensive stuff that 90% of us aren't probably going to get to. There's more prototypes. Wow. Yeah, there's a ton of prototypes this season. So, I mean, if you spend everything efficiently, this could be a, you know, you could build a nasty defense this season. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, so we got Seeks. We got, that's basically it, guys. That's basically it. So, I'm excited for this season. It seems like it's going to be good. It's going to be really interesting, I feel like, especially with getting the rocket choppers right off the bat. That's gonna be cool to see how that plays out. If we're mixing them in with heavies, if we're ignoring them completely, they aren't super expensive as you can see here to max out. It's 270, and that does, if you do go the path of the rocket chopper, this is basically the biggest decision right here. Is do you go path the rocket chopper and ignore the heavies? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say don't do that because we need to get the building health here anyways. So I wouldn't race to 3 engines with the rocket choppers. I think what's going to be I think we're going to need all this stuff at some point. I think we're going to need flames, we're going to need cannons, boom mines, heavies, and building health. So I would say probably the best thing to do is to if it causes you to stay back in this area for a bit, don't rush up past 3 engines if you don't have all of this stuff unlocked. You know, maybe bypass the multi-node for now. That's not of huge importance, but everything else we kind of need. So yeah, and like you even need the rocket chopper to get through to the next or no, actually you don't. You could bypass the rocket chopper. So maybe that's an option. Actually, no, you can't. You have to get the rocket chopper. So we're stuck with the choppers, guys. We're stuck with the choppers. But yeah, I feel like if I had to pick a path right now, I would just grab all of this stuff. All 6 of these right here are going to be important, especially the building health. Get that before the 3rd engine for sure. And then we're going to kind of work our way up through grabbing the hero, grabbing the troop health, boom cannon, then maybe getting critters and the rocket launchers. Those are going to be helpful. And then I would bypass the Zookas for sure. And then kind of make my way up around here. Probably go building damage, multi-node sniper towers. These are always, the multi-nodes are always nice because you don't have to spend upgrade tokens on them, right? And then just go straight through to barrage. Maybe grab brick. Maybe go straight up to the next set of engines. But yeah, guys, that is your sneak peek for Season 9. I hope it helps you out. Let me know what you think of the tech tree down below in the comment section. And as always, guys, make sure you use the code CHICKEN in the shop. Thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you next one, guys. Chicken out. Back.